I'm Ciliann. Welcome to my art channel. In this video I show you how to paint an acrylic portrait painting of Marie Curie. Enjoy! Marie Curie, physicist, chemist, pioneer in the study of radiation. She was the first woman to win the Nobel Prize. She and her husband Pierre discovered the elements polonium and radium. They named polonium after her native country, Poland. That's where she was born. Her parents raised her and her siblings with an emphasis on education. They were teachers and they made sure their children were educated. After her mother died at a young age, she left Poland since the University of Warsaw would not accept women. So she left to Paris, and that is where she learned in Sorbonne University and changed her name from Maria to Marie to seem more French. She was a very diligent student at the top of her class. And she was awarded a scholarship for Polish students studying abroad, and that helped her to complete her degrees in physics and mathematical sciences. So when she was in university, one of her professors arranged a grant for her to study the magnetic properties and chemical composition of steel, and that helped her meet her future husband, who was also a researcher, Pierre Curie. So they worked together researching many things, and their main interest was a certain German physicist, Wilhelm Röntgen's discovery of X-rays, and there was a French physicist, Henri Becquerel. They discovered rays emitted by uranium salts. So they started to do many experiments and researches with uranium. And they experimented with an ore called pitchblende. And they found that even though the uranium was removed from it, there were still elements that were radioactive. And they worked very hard to separate this pitchblende into the chemical components, and eventually they came down to the actual element that they discovered, that they named polonium. And they isolated a second radioactive element in this same mixture, which they called radium, the Latin word for rays. And because of this discovery, they won the Nobel Prize together with that Becquerel. Prize in physics for their contributions to understanding of radiation phenomena. And after her husband Pierre died tragically in an accident, she stood in his place as a professor of physics at Sorbonne University, and she was the first woman to have that role. So, as she continued to do research into radioactivity, the Austrian government supported her and got for her a special laboratory in the Pasteur Institute. But then World War I broke out, and she organized mobile X-ray machines for use on the front lines that were able to check for injuries such as fractures, bullets, and other things to help the soldiers who were injured on the field. That was a very major contribution of hers to the war effort and the safety of the soldiers. And after the war, she tried to raise money for her Radium Institute, but because she had had so much exposure to radioactive materials her whole career, she was suffering from health problems, and she died of aplastic anemia in 1934. Her bone marrow had accumulated so much radiation that it could no longer produce new blood cells. So she and her husband were given great honors in France for their contributions to science, chemistry, physics. And I guess we can all say thank you to her for our X-ray machines and other machines that were made along the same idea. Machines that can see blood pumping and different things inside the body, which are very helpful, prevent and cure a lot of illnesses in people. So here she is in her laboratory, holding some radioactive materials, likely. And she had a daughter. And besides for that, she left a long-standing legacy of her contributions to the world. She was given many prizes and honors from different institutions. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, you can look at my other portrait paintings and learn something about different famous people who have contributed to our society and helped the world.